All right, we're taking a trip out to Nokesville, Virginia, where there's a really strange electrical mystery unfolding. On these beautiful, sprawling rural properties, something's not right. Lights are flickering, expensive equipment is dying, and there's a serious danger that's hiding literally inside the walls. So let's dive in. So, what is really going on here? I mean, why are homes in this specific community having these weird electrical failures that are stumping even the pros? That's the big question we're going to answer today. And what it reveals is this fascinating clash between the past and the present. You know, our guide through all this is a guy named Peter. He's a local master electrician, and he's the one who first started connecting the dots. As he says here, he's seeing things in Nokesville that you just don't see anywhere else. His boots-on-the-ground view is really the key to cracking this whole case.
Okay, let's get into it. The root of this problem, it isn't some faulty gadget or a big issue with the power grid. Nope. It's the unique and really heavy strain that these rural properties in Nokesville put on their electrical systems. Systems that were, built for a much, much simpler time.
This right here really paints the picture of why Nokesville is different. See, we're not talking about your typical cookie-cutter suburban homes. These are working properties, farms, big estates. They need powerful well pumps just for water. They've got huge horse barns and workshops filled with heavy-duty tools, and it's all connected by these really long runs of wire. Every single one of those things adds a ton of electrical load. And here it is, the absolute core of the issue. The way people live on these properties has changed so dramatically, but the electrical guts of the house haven't. It's like the demand for modern life is just completely overwhelming systems that were designed decades ago for maybe a few lights and an outlet or two. So for treating this like a proper investigation, we've basically identified three main culprits, the three things that are pushing these older electrical panels right to the breaking point. Let's break them down. Culprit number one, the well pump. It's the absolute heart of any rural property, right? But it's also a monster source of electrical stress. Every single time that pump kicks on, wham, it yanks this massive surge of power. Now imagine that jolt happening thousands and thousands of times. It literally heats up, weakens, and just wears out all the little parts inside your main panel. All right, our second culprit is the barn. And this comparison just says it all, doesn't it? Decades ago, a barn had, what? A couple of bare bulbs hanging from the ceiling. Today, oh man, it could be running heated water troughs, huge fans, pressure washers, security cameras, and it's all running on the original, undersized wiring that was never, ever designed for that kind of punishment. And that brings us to culprit number three, the workshop. The modern workshop is just a power-hungry beast. I mean, think about it. You've got these huge air compressors, table saws, welders, even air conditioning now. Every one of those tools pulls a massive amount of electricity, especially when it first starts up. For a house with an older service, just firing up one of these can push the whole system right to its limit. So we know the causes, but how would you know if you've got trouble brewing, before everything just fails? Well, luckily, your house gives you clues. There are some really clear warning signs that your system is just overwhelmed. This is the classic one, flickering or dimming lights, especially when a big appliance like that well pump we talked about kicks on. It's called a voltage drop, and it's basically your electrical system screaming, I can't keep up. I don't have enough power for everything at once. Okay, here's one you can physically check. The main breaker in your electrical panel, that big switch at the top. It should never feel warm to the touch, ever. If it does, that's a huge red flag that it's under constant strain and it is dangerously overheating. Have you ever been in the shower and just, poof, the water stops? If you're constantly going out to the panel to reset the breaker for your well pump, that's a critical sign. It means the system just can't handle that big power surge from the pump anymore. And this is the most urgent warning of all. If you ever smell something like burning plastic near your electrical panel, it means parts are actively melting. You could be minutes away from a major failure or worse, a fire. Don't wait. Call an electrician immediately. So what does it actually look like when our expert, Peter, opens up one of these failing panels? Let's go inside the crime scene and see the physical evidence of what this constant overloading does. Yeah, it is not pretty in there. He finds scorched bus bars, those are the metal strips that carry the power, and they're just burnt from those constant well pump surges. He'll see main breakers that are just weak and worn out, old corroded wiring, and this one's really common, 2 or 3 wires dangerously jammed into a single breaker because somebody ran out of space. And this brings us to a super important safety point. When a breaker keeps tripping, it's so tempting to just put in a bigger one, right? That is one of the most dangerous things you can do. A breaker is a safety device. It's tripping to protect the wires inside your walls from catching fire. Putting in a bigger breaker doesn't fix the problem. It's like disabling the safety valve. You're just inviting a disaster. Okay, enough with the doom and gloom. So what's the actual solution? The great news is there is a safe, permanent way to fix these overloaded systems and put this mystery to bed for good. A real professional repair is a step-by-step process. First, they do the math to figure out how much power the property actually needs. From there, it usually means upgrading the main service to a bigger one, running brand new dedicated wires for the heavy hitters like the well pump, and then finally, ripping out that old overheated panel and replacing it with a modern one that can safely handle the load. So why go through all that? Well, a proper upgrade is basically like an insurance policy. It's a shield that protects thousands of dollars of your stuff. Your expensive well pump, your air conditioner, all that equipment in the workshop. But more than anything, it protects your home and your family from the very real risk of an electrical fire. It's really that simple. So let's just boil it all down. The key takeaway here is this. If you're living on a rural property, you've got a well, a barn, a workshop, and you're seeing any of those warning signs we talked about, there is a very, very good chance your electrical system is overloaded and it's time to get it checked out by a pro. You know, even though this story started in Nokesville, it's really a warning for all of us. Our lives are just getting more and more electrified. We're adding EV chargers, heat pumps, all kinds of new tech. And it leaves us with one last question to think about. That hidden workhorse behind your walls, your home's electrical system, is it really ready for the future?